I recently got a comment from a viewer who suggested sleeving your records is a waste of time and money. In fact, he compared the practice to covering your living room furniture in plastic. Fair enough, I say do what makes you happy, whether it's sleeving your records or not. Here are 3 reasons I use outer sleeves on all my records. Alright, 33ers, so this comment came recently, like last week, but on a video I did a few years ago where I talked about how I sleeve my records, and I'll quickly show you how I sleeve my records. Here's one example. This outer sleeve is a dual pocket outer sleeve from Vinyl Storage Solutions, meaning there are 2 pockets. One holds the album jacket and a separate pocket is in the back for the record itself. But I've been sleeving records in a similar manner for years before Vinyl Storage Solutions and dual pocket sleeves were even a thing. Going back well over a decade, I would do something similar. Here is just a regular outer sleeve that you get at any record store, and I would always, as I said, for the past decade or so, tuck the record into the back. And I started doing that because I used to have the sleeve with the opening on the side, but when I put the record on a shelf and pulled it out, the record sleeve would tend to slide off. So I flipped the sleeve with the opening on top, and that was no longer an issue. Anyway, after seeing that video, this viewer left the following comment. I'm not going to name him because it doesn't matter. But the comment read, "Ridiculous. I knew this family when I was a kid. They had plastic covers all over their furniture, keeping it ugly to try to keep it all new. Records like us can age gracefully and look very nice, showing their age. Record covers are made from trees and are fine when left to breathe and age naturally and don't need protection. The trees should not be covered in plastics. Free your records." Fair enough, and I do remember those plastic furniture covers. When I was a kid, my godparents had all their living room furniture covered, and they had like plastic runners on their carpets as well, so as to not damage their carpets. This was a thing in the 70s and the early 80s, maybe the 60s too. I don't know, I wasn't around in the 60s. But funny enough, when I was putting this video together, I Googled plastic furniture coverings, and you can still buy them nowadays. I found this one on Amazon, if anyone is interested. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. I remember back in the day as a kid and as a teenager, I would never sleeve my records, or rarely sleeve my records back in the 80s. Maybe it was the age, maybe it just wasn't something people did. I don't know. Back then, the only records I had that were sleeved were used records I bought that came with sleeves. Otherwise, I just left them as they were. But nowadays, I'm a convert. Outer sleeves are not for everyone, as we heard, but here are 3 reasons that I use them. Number 1, these sleeves protect my records and protect my investment. Now, I'm not using investment in the traditional sense. I don't buy records as an investment, as a way to make money. I buy records because I dig the music and I buy them to listen to. Period. Full stop. But it is an investment in the sense that I've spent money on this, so I will do what I can to make sure it stays in good condition. That's just the way I am and the way I was raised, to keep my stuff in good condition. So by using an outer sleeve, it helps protect the corners, it helps prevent scuffs on the album jacket, and it helps prevent or reduce ring wear. I'm just randomly pulling records off my shelf. But the number 2 reason that I use outer sleeves is I like the look of them, particularly these modern outer sleeves with the really clear plastic. Again, this one is a dual pocket sleeve from Vinyl Storage Solutions. To me, anyway, I think it makes the artwork pop, makes the album cover look better, and the nerd in me likes the way that even looks on the shelf with the spine and all the records in similar sleeves. I think it looks good. And number 3, I like record sleeves for the convenience. And again, this may seem funny, but as I explained off the top, I tuck my records into the back pocket, whether I'm using dual pocket sleeves or traditional record sleeves. And by using the sleeve, to me, it's super convenient just to grab the records in the back and pull them out. I also put any inserts that may come with a record, lyric sheets, posters, that kind of stuff in the back pocket or in the back of the record jackets. I can grab all that stuff super easy. So I think the comment at the beginning of this video is specifically referring to outer sleeves, but you can't talk about outer sleeves without mentioning inner sleeves. So I'll quickly talk about what I do for inner sleeves. Most records I swap out the inner sleeves with these anti-static, what do they call them? Archival quality, non-scratching, acid-free, anti-static sleeves. They were popularized by Mobile Fidelity, but a bunch of companies sell these nowadays. This particular inner sleeve was made by or sold by Vinyl Storage Solutions. And I like using these for a number of reasons. One is that I find that the paper sleeves, particularly those white generic paper sleeves, over time can kind of scuff the records, and little paper particles from those paper sleeves can get stuck in the grooves of your records, which is a pain. That's not an issue with these particular sleeves, and I love the anti-static qualities of them. The plastic has some anti-static chemical in them that helps reduce static on your records, because static is the enemy of records, right? It contributes to surface noise and snap, crackle, and pop, and all that kind of stuff. So that's generally what I use. If a record comes with printed inner sleeves, of course, I will keep those, and I'll tuck that into the back, and I'll put the record itself in the Mobile Fidelity outer sleeves. A lot of records nowadays, like this one from War, come with poly-lined inner sleeves. I don't mind those at all. I keep those. So those are the two inner sleeves I generally use, the Mobile Fidelity style ones and the poly-lined inners. And there you go. Record sleeves are not for everyone, but I certainly dig them. All right, 33ers, do you replace your inner sleeves and your outer sleeves? What do you do? What do you use? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. Until next time, keep on spinning.